Angels Sewing and Quilting in tax-free Salem, New Hampshire. And here we are tonight. It's already Wednesday, and it's our weekly Stitches and Stories, where a lot of the times I will do some demos. I will show you what's new in the store. And then every so often I get to interview some people, which tonight you're in for a special treat because I will be talking with Keegan. He's 15 years old. His mom is a customer at the store, and just hang tight because you've got to hear his story. It's a really, really cool story. And I've been kind of, every time Andrea, usually she's like a Saturday customer. I usually see her on Saturdays and always checking in how Keegan's doing. So just stay tuned, and Keegan's going to be on. I always like to just start off with just, if you guys haven't seen my Facebook post today, and I also, that's right, I even went live today at the store today, which I don't usually do. But we have okay, so first we have a closeout on the cutie frame. We have it at the store. It's on a demo. It's on the 𝗔𝗂𝗶𝗹𝘀. So normally, and the cutie frame, you usually buy it together with the stitch regulator because that's what helps you keep your stitches, even. So normally, those two together are $15.99, and we have a closeout sale. We only have 2 left. And I know today one person was coming in, so I'm not sure if that person bought. So we may only have 1 left. I'm not sure. But we have a floor model, and we also have one in a box, as well as the stitch regulators as well. So normally that's $15.99, and it is now $11.99. We also have a bundle that comes with the 𝗔𝗂𝗶𝗹𝘀. So if you want to add the 𝗔𝗂𝗶𝗶𝗃 to that $11.99, it'll be $24.99. So that is that special. And then I took some pictures and posted today because I know there's a lot of you out there that have been dying to see Tula Pink's new Roar arrived at the store today. I was so excited to get that. I'm the one that unpacked them and unboxed them. So if you haven't seen my pictures, check it out on our Facebook page. And yeah, it's, it's so cool when you see them like in person. You see Tula talking about it, and, and I actually even saw it at Quilt Market. But it was already in like a made up quilt, and actually Tula was wearing one of the jackets that somebody had made for her with the Roar fabric. But seeing it in person and the wide backs, there's 2 wide backs, and oh my gosh, the wide backs are beautiful. And I don't know if you know, but the Tula's wide backs are in sateen, so it's like a sateen material, so they're nice and soft. I've actually made a pair of PJ pants with her bananas. Remember that line? Isn't it Monkey Wrench? Pretty sure it was Monkey Wrench. I made some PJ pants with that sateen, and they're so comfortable. They're very, very nice. They wash good and all that stuff. So, so that's happening. While we're talking about Tula, I want to ask you people out there, Queen of Diamond people. Because I had it brought to my attention, one of our customers, Bonnie, who is also doing the Queen of Diamonds, was saying that and I believe I'm on month 7, so I think she was 1 ahead of me. So I'm pretty sure it's like month 8, but it could be month 7 we were talking about. So has anybody run into running out of 3.5-inch hexes? If you have, I'd like to know. Because Bonnie says she ran out of them. So I haven't, well, yeah, it has to be month 8 because month 7 doesn't have any 3.5-inch hexes because I'm on month 7. So yeah, it must be month 8, that's going to be my next one, obviously. So if anybody has run out of those, I would like to know. Just let me know, please. That's all. Let me see. Okay, let's just talk about Made and Found, and then we're going to get Keegan on. All right, so who's caught up on your Made and Found? Are you caught up? have you been still sending in your pictures so that you can get raffles put into a basket? And I also had April write down on my, I have like a, a Friday, this is like, we call it the Friday Live paper. And we're always adding and taking off things for the various lives that I do throughout the week. But I had her put down for me the drawings, because Made and Found goes through October. So, to kind of keep you guys going, we have 3 dates that we're going to give away some prizes with the raffles that you get put into the bucket. So the first raffle is going to be May 8th, and that's going to be a Wednesday night that we will pull the name. And the first prize is going to be a $25 gift card and some extra stuff. I have a lot of stuff in my sewing room here that, like I belong to these things. You guys know, I talk about that. So, and you guys know my prizes are usually really good. So, May 8th is going to be the first prize drawing. August 14th will be the next one. And then the last one, will be November 6th. So, and it's a $25 gift card, the first one, a $50 gift card, the second one, and then the grand prize will be a $75 gift card with plus. So, okay, Denise, you post photos. Well, take a picture up, and you can do, a bulk. If you have 4, blocks done, you can just take a picture of all 4 and just email them to info@angelsewing.com, info@angelsewing.com. And for each picture, each block of a picture that you send in, you will get 3 raffles put into the bucket. So, yeah, that's that. I see that my sister-in-law is on. Hi, Lori. And I see Denise. Hi, Katie and Linda and Lillian and Elaine. But you know what? Okay, it's enough of all this stuff, because you guys, like I said, I just, you guys you're in for a treat to listen to Keegan. So I'm just gonna get him on right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Welcome, Keegan.
How's everyone doing?
So if anybody has any questions for him also, but let's get him talking first. I know this started, it was a few months ago, right? Was it even maybe a year ago, Keegan? When did all this happen?
January 2023, possibly late December too.
2023. Okay, so it's been like for a year.
Mm-hmm.
So Keegan does quilting, but I would like for you to tell them your story about how you all of a sudden started quilting. What happened? How is that story?
So in school, I didn't have the best of grades, so I had my technology taken away. It wasn't that big of a deal for me, but my mom said that I could get it back if I started doing sewing with her. And at first, I was debating on whether or not I actually wanted to. Then when I started getting into it, I really enjoyed it, and I think it definitely helped that the first one I was doing was for a veteran. We found one online, and we said that with all the scraps that we had, we figured we could make a quilt, and we did, and I really enjoyed it because I knew that it was going to make someone else happy. So from there, I've quilted 2 more, working on a 3rd, and I'm starting my first paper piecing now, actually.
I just I think this is so cool. I just love it, and I love that so you're not, I mean, so you have your computer back and you have your phone back and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
And so right now you don't have to be quilting. You want to be quilting.
Yes, ma'am.
Very, very cool. Have you started your paper piecing project yet?
Not quite. We're still waiting on a couple of the fabrics because it's very niche. I have the design with me right now. It's a legit kit. It's 𝗔𝗶𝗶𝗹𝘀. Let me see.
Yeah, let's show them.
this is what I'm going to be working on for paper piecing, and it's going to be my first one, so it's going to be interesting to try it. My mom said it's different, but I'm ready for the challenge, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to put together, and I'm really excited because I get to hang this up in my room, and I get to make fun of my friends because they don't have this, and I do.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So mom, is it mom that's going to show you how to paper piece?
I think so. I'm pretty sure she is. Other than that, I can probably find something online, even specifically about the one that I'm doing. I know I'm really excited to do it, not only because it's different, but because it also looks really cool.
Well, and I'm sure Legit Kits, because they're great. I bet that they have tutorials on their website.
I've seen a couple online.
Exactly. And you know what is so cool? What I really like about paper piecing is the preciseness of it. Because when you're piecing, sometimes if your corners don't match, it's just, they get better with practice. But paper piecing, I think you're really going to like it.
I'm hoping I do.
Everything is just so precise, and you're really just, you're sewing on a line, on paper. So, yeah, that's really, really cool. So, so you made a quilt for a veteran. Were you able to, you presented it to him?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
How very cool is that? And how did that make you feel?
It felt really good. Unfortunately, I couldn't personally be there because he's at a care center, and unless you were a family or a friend, you weren't allowed in. But we were able to give it to an employee who gave it to him, and I got to see his face afterwards with a smile on his face. So I was really happy about that.
Aw, that's so cool. So you made that one, and then what other, 2 other quilts?
Yes, ma'am. I made an orca quilt. Made this one. I made this one as well. This one took 2 or 3 months to make. All this is all jelly rolls with patterns that we found in scraps. This is the first time I used jelly rolls for a quilt. It was different, but it was also much easier because you didn't have to cut everything. You just had to cut the seams off.
Exactly.
So it definitely made it a lot faster than what it would have been if we tried to do it without it. And I think even though it's jelly rolls, it came out really well.
Are you kidding? It's like beautiful. Guys listening, girls, ladies, do you believe he like knows these terms like jelly rolls? He's like talking about it like it's just normal. That is, I just love it. So Keegan, I think you have one more quilt to show us, but before you show us that, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know there's like a lot of people are chiming in here, and like Christy's asking, she's asking, you are local. I think you're in Salem, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
Yes.
I'm wearing the sweatshirt for cross country.
Oh, cool. Very cool. And then she's asking, do you belong to a quilt guild?
No, ma'am.
And is there sewing taught at your school?
They kind of teach it in 8th grade. It's an optional class that you can take. I took it because it's facts class, so it's sewing and cooking, and I really like both of those things. So that definitely helps me keep interested in quilting because I made a bag. I'm not sure where the bag is, but I know it's somewhere.
You made a bag?
Yes, ma'am, I did. It was a string
Oh my
bag.
gosh. That's like my thing, bags. Oh, I am like, well, Mom has to show me that one. I would like to see that. Katie's asking, how do you quilt them? Do you free motion them, or do you have, I think Mom's sister, right? Or something?
Yes, my mom's sister, my auntie Tracy, she's a teacher, quilting teacher, and she has a long arm. And my mom has a couple of videos of the long arm going for the other quilt that I have. The other one's unfortunately not binded, but we're getting there.
Yeah, binding's not my favorite thing. You gotta do it a lot. You gotta practice. So tell us a little bit about yourself, like any siblings, what you like to do, like school, what's your favorite subject? Just talk to me about Keegan.
I have one brother. He's 10 years old. Or is he 11? Hold on. He's 11.
And you're 15, right?
I'm 15, yes. My favorite subject in school has to be math. I've always been good at it, and I really like it. And next year, I'm getting into more complicated math. It's algebra 2. And then hopefully my junior year, I can take AP Physics, as well as keeping my other higher level classes. I'm in the JROTC program for my school. They said to me, if a button falls off, I'm gonna have to figure out how to sew it back on, and I told them I know how to do it. So it makes life a lot easier.
That's very cool. Now, did you just say something about cross country? So are you on the cross country team?
Yes, when the cross country season was going, I was on the cross country team. Unfortunately, I got hurt for the season, but I really liked the team, and I showed up to every practice, even though I couldn't run. Showed up to every meet, even though I couldn't run. I just really liked the team that much because they were all really good people.
Fun. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just think I love that you sew. I just think that's like, just so cool. Now you use mom's machine.
She has her machine, and she has another older machine that I'm currently using for a special quilt for my uncle for Father's Day.
Fun.
Mm-hmm. It's using the cherry wood fabric. So I've been practicing a lot because it's expensive.
Ladies, did you just hear that? He even knows cherry wood fabric. Like, come on. I love cherry wood fabric. They dye their own. I have some right over there. I can see it. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, that's going to be beautiful, Keegan. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be the first time I'm doing 𝗂𝗂𝗶𝗹𝘀. So it's going to be letters, and I'm sure he's not around. It's gone fishing with a fish and the tail. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And unfortunately, I was going to make it to how they gave it to you, where you only had to make it to about this size. But instead, I'm going to have to end up making it into a blanket for reasons.
Cool. Very cool. Now, you and mom came to the quilt show this weekend. I think was it Saturday? Yeah, it must have been Saturday because you were in school on Friday. So what did you think about the quilt show? What was your talk to me about the quilt show?
So that was my second quilt show. I had gone to one in Virginia. I'm not quite sure the name of it, but it was really big. And so when I came up here, it was smaller, but I definitely liked all of the places, and it was really fun when people would be like, "Did you get dragged over here?" I had that happen multiple times. Obviously, I was like, "No, I sew myself," and it's really cool to see all the different quilts that people had made.
Yeah.
Next year, I plan on putting in the paper piecing piece into the quilt show. I think one of the biggest things for me was I've been able to see patterns and colors differently. I've helped my mom with about every single quilt she's done since I started quilting, because the way I see the patterns and everything is totally different. I've placed every single piece on all my quilts together, and I've sewed them all, and it's been a lot of trial and error. She just recently finished a Bruins quilt for my father for Christmas, and we went through, I think, 5 or 6 different fabrics before we decided on which like ones we were going to use for it, and then the border had to be a certain color, and it was just it's been interesting.
Wow, that is really cool. So you have a knack for color and putting things together.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a gift, because I struggle with that. I really struggle with that. So that is really cool. What is Christy saying? When you're finished with your clothes, please something. Yes, you are right, Christy. So you need to send me some. And Christy is she's a sewing teacher in the Bedford School District. Although, well, she's retiring, but yes, and she also teaches a few classes at Angels also. Yeah, Katie says she spends most of her time picking out fabric. I know. We all do that. And then we end up having all this like fabric, like, oh my gosh. Very cool. Yeah, everybody is trying to make sure there's not any questions here. Are you seeing all the comments they're all saying?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Oh, so is there anything else you want us to know about Keegan?
I'm sorry, you lagged. I'm sorry.
What?
You cut out. Sorry, I couldn't understand.
I'm sorry. Is there anything else you want to let us know about you?
So the person who got my aunt and my mom into sewing was my grandma. She was really good at sewing, and she sewed a lot of the quilts that me and my brother had when we were little kids, and also some quilts for my parents. Unfortunately, she had 2 strokes, and she wasn't able to sew anymore. But it didn't push my aunt to start sewing, and she's become really good at it, like really good at it. So that's been a lot of fun to watch my aunt grow, and then have my mom also follow my grandma's footsteps in sewing, and also having help from her sister, who was very knowledgeable in sewing.
That is really cool. That's very cool. So it's like going down. Now, does your younger brother have any interest in sewing?
Unfortunately, no. He's really big on the technology.
Yeah. Sharon's asking, do you actually? She's asking if you sew anything other than quilts, and I think you said you did a bag.
I've sewn 1 bag, and that's been it. Other than quilts, other than that, I have not sewn anything different. I'd like to, because the bag was a lot of fun. It was a lot different than actually quilting a blanket. Like how you had to make the tube, and that was the first time I figured out how to make a tube, was sewing the 2 ends together to make a tube. Then we put the string through the tube, and then we had to sew around the string while sewing 2 pieces of fabric together, while sewing the loop together with the string inside of it.
So you did like a drawstring bag then?
Yes.
Cool. Very cool. See, and yeah, and learning how to do zippers. Zippers are so fun. When you do like zippers by the yard, you can get so creative and funky with different zipper tapes and different color coils and all that stuff. So
yes, I know my mom made her purse that she wears all the time to the store.
Yep.
And I remember when she was putting that together, it was kind of funny, because at first she wasn't really sure on how to do it. But then she learned how, and she instantly went off, and she figured out how to do it, and she made it within like a couple weeks after she learned how to do it. It was really impressive, considering it's a bag.
That's very cool. That's cool. Oh, that's right. Do you have one more quilt to show us, I think?
I do have 1 more quilt, and I also have the design for the other quilts.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sheila, for reminding me.
So this is the design for the gone fishing quilt, which is going to be the applique quilt.
Ooh.
It's I wasn't the biggest fan of the color scheme, but I knew I definitely had to do it for my uncle.
So did you design this?
Hmm?
Is that a pattern or did you do this?
This is a pattern.
Okay. Okay.
I would have changed the colors, but fabric is really expensive, so that was kind of not happening. Considering we got a lot of the fabric in the container with the pattern, and it was not.
You mean like a kit?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah. Those do tend to be, they're pricey.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
And then the other quilt, which everyone says has the best quilting, would be this one, which we call the fishy blanket. Let's see. I don't really know how to orient this one, but I think this.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah.
And then to show you the.
Oh, so that's your aunt's quilting.
Mm-hmm.
She did like turtles. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It's
like you said about the fabric earlier when you're talking to them. It's much better in person than on camera, but it's still really cool to look at, especially the back. You can definitely get lost in it because of the actual quilting itself is really nice with the neon green, and it definitely helps it stand out on the actual fabric instead of it just blending in.
Right. Wow. I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed. So if you can do me a favor and get me a picture of your quilts, please. I think I got maybe a picture of your first one.
Yes, the first time I came into the shop with that quilt and we were looking for binding for it, it was the black binding, and we had you cut 3 meters of fabric, 3 by 3, I think it was. Maybe it was a bit. I think it was a bit bigger.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And you saw it, and you took a picture of it.
Okay. So that must have been like a while ago. So maybe you can retake some pictures for me of what you have so far. And I can have like a little Keegan album on our Facebook page. Christine, oh, well, somebody asked a question, and I know you saw the question because I saw you smile. I believe it was Denise that was asking. I don't see it because it's past, but she was asking if you have time for a girlfriend.
No.
It's not too sure. And Christine's saying she has a 13-year-old granddaughter she'd like to introduce him to. That might be a little young. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Me and this girl have been talking on and off, so we're
nice.
Figuring it out.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, take it slow. Nice. There you go. Well, this has been great. What else can we talk about? Is there anything else you want to let us know?
I have 2 dogs. Well, I guess
3.
My aunt and uncle live in the attached part of our detached garage, so that's really great to be able to have them here with us. And we moved up here to be closer to family, and we are really close to family now. And whenever we have family gatherings, everyone comes here, and it's great because I get to see everybody. My 2 dogs that I have are a white German Shepherd and a Brittany mix. The white German Shepherd's name, her name is Rebel, and our Brittany mix is Bruin. My aunt and uncle have a dog. Her name's Lola. She's 14.
Wow.
And she's She's princess of the house. She does whatever she wants, and no one gets mad at her for it.
Aw, that's great. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a white German Shepherd. That must be beautiful.
She's awesome. Bit temper tantrum. She throws that every once in a while. It's pretty funny though. She'll pout. My mom told me a couple days ago when my mom and my dad were sitting on the couch together, she was sitting right next to my dad, and Rebel looked at my dad, put her head down with her ears down, and just walked away slowly, and then looked back when she got to the door, and then left.
Dogs are awesome. I have my 2 dogs too, and they're part of the family for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Where are you? Denise is asking this, and I was actually curious myself. So where are you originally from, and when did you move up here?
So I was born in Massachusetts. I lived there for 6 years. Moved to South Carolina for a little bit less than a year. Then I moved to Illinois for 3 years. Then we moved to Florida. We moved 3 times in Florida, and I lived there for 4 years. And then we moved up here in August 2022.
Oh, wow. Okay. And because your family's up here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was definitely one of the big reasons. My parents said if I didn't want to move, then we wouldn't have moved from Florida. But I knew that I'd ultimately be able to see my family a lot more.
Yeah.
And as much as it hurt to say goodbye to my friends in Florida, I really enjoy seeing my family all the time. It's one of the best things ever. I don't think I'd change it for anything.
Aw, that's so nice. Wow. Wow. You're a good boy, Keegan. You're great. Is your dad in the service?
Oh boy, here we go. So my mom graduated from West Point in 1999. My father was in the Army as well for a couple years. My uncle was in the Navy. My grandpa was also in the Navy. His father was in the Navy. One of my other uncles was in the Marines, and my aunt that has the long arm was in the Navy for I think about 30 years, and she could have applied for the admiral position if she wanted it.
Wow. Wow. That is wow.
Mm-hmm. And out of 8 grandkids on our side, I'm the only one that wants to go into the military. So, gonna keep it
You
going.
are.
Yes, ma'am.
Very impressive. Wow. Very good. My nephew is in the Army National Guard. He's in the Army National Band.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I play tuba.
Really?
Yes.
Cool. He does keyboard and trumpet. Or yeah, I think it's a trumpet.
Trumpet's cool.
Yeah, and he just came back.
Cool. My brother's trying to learn how to play keyboard. It's kind of fun to watch him play.
I bet. Cool. Yes, and thank them for their service.
Will do.
They all love you, Keegan. Look, I mean, very cool. Well, I think we're gonna have to have you on like every so often. We can hear your updates on your quilting, every 3 months or something like that. Whatever. Or if you have something, you want to let us know, just how to get a hold of me.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that.
For sure. Well, I can't wait. I want to hear about your journey when you start your paper piecing.
I think that's going to be really interesting too.
That is going to be amazing. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Yes, very much, you guys. Well, Keegan, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time. Thank your mom too, and your dad, and for letting you come on with us. And yeah, it was so nice to talk to you.
It was fantastic. I had a great time.
Good.
Thank you, everybody that's here. I really appreciate it.
All right. I am going to tune you off, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm sure I'll probably see Mom on Saturday
Mhm.
um, and all that. And then, ladies, I'm going to talk to you. I have some new fabric I need to show you, some Allison glass. So, all right, Keegan, well, have a nice night,
Thank you,
um,
too.
and I'll see you soon.
All right.
All right, bye bye.
Enjoy the rest of the stream.
Oops, I just cut him off. Is he like amazing or what? Like, oh my goodness, that was so cool. What a good kid. I can't even. He was such a good kid. So today, like I was saying, we got Roar in, Tula Pink's Roar, and I didn't even take any of that home, but I took some pictures of the bolts. You can check it out on our Facebook page. But then the other thing that came in yesterday and it caught my eye, Lynn, he is the whole package, right? He's pretty amazing. That was really, really cool. Um okay, so Allison Glass, I know there's a lot of Allison Glass people out there. Her new stamp, what the heck is the name of it? It must be, oh, I think it's called Stamp Book. So here is one of, well, I cut it because I made something um, right here. This is like to make stamps. So you buy this by the panel. Here are some of these. And then this is separate too. This is on a bolt. It's like the, the borders of the stamp, which is really cool. And I didn't get a lot of colorways on it, but I kind of think this might be popular. You guys let me know. Here's a black and white like that. So now check out, I did this today when I got home. Look at check out my pillow. I made a stamp pillow. Although, I mean, you can see my mistake, right? Here's the back. So I did my little cuff like that. I got my hidden, this is like my favorite part of doing pillows is doing the hidden zipper. I think that's so cool. This is Allison Glass right here. Thank you, Katie. But do you see my mistake? I mean, there's a bit of mistakes on it. But it said Allison Glass has a stamp quilt, and I guess she's going to be, there's like a free pattern of it, but we couldn't find it today. And then even on the selvage, it says use this stamp stripe fabric to make a stamp block. Download the stamp block instructions at stampblock.com. But there's no stampblock.com. So I don't know. It's kind of bugging me. So I didn't have a pattern to do it. But where I went wrong, it's kind of hard to see though. Although you probably can tell, like these didn't, they didn't match. And then I sewed them together. I mean, it's okay for putting it together quickly, but yeah, I love this fabric. I think it's like so cool. So we got that in as well. Yeah, I think that's about it. So Cutie Frame is at a closeout price. We have a lot of, you guys know, classes. Go to angelsewing.com, click on the description, read all about it. My Anna class is sold out, which is fantastic. If anybody's having any troubles with cutting it out or whatever, don't hesitate to call me or email me, carol@angelsewing.com. I did do the video, and I guess the video wasn't where it normally is. I kept telling, I know a couple of you, oh, it was Lynn and Beth that were in last week, and they were saying it's not there. And I'm like, well, it has to be there because April said it got put up. But anyway, long story short, I guess they put it up, our marketing girl and April put it up on our YouTube channel, but they have since put it onto the description of the actual class. You can click right there and watch that demo. It's a demo on cutting out the Anna pattern and just a couple of little tweaks that I did with it. If you want to do it also, like extending the recess zipper, because I thought it was just a little bit too short. And then using Deco Bond for the bottom part to make it stiffer. So anyway, so there's that. If anybody has any questions on that, you can give me a call or email me. Yeah, I think that's about it. That was a great interview. I love that. And again, I'm always asking you guys, if you know of someone that would be a great person to chat with, to talk to, that would be great also. So send them my way, please. It would, just be really fun, because that was really interesting. What an amazing kid. My gosh. Parents should be very proud. All right. Well, you know what I wanted to tell you also? Just if anybody is in the market for any kind of furniture, arrow and kangaroo furniture, there's going to be I saw like the upcoming sale that's going to be happening. Very good sales. Also, what's coming up, it's every year they do this. They do the chair challenge. So you can come in, you sit, spin, twirl, whatever on the chair, and you get a free tote. So that is going to be the month of May as well again. And chairs are on sale for $2.99. So that's great. And I think that's about it. I will be back on Friday, our Friday Live, and next week's our retreat. April is so busy getting ready for that. She's very excited about that. I'll be up at the retreat on Friday. Patty and April are setting up on Thursday, and then Patty and Persis are going up on Saturday. I'm actually working in the store Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, so we're excited about that. Lots of demos. Also, people that are going to be at the retreat, I will be doing a demo on doing wax canvas. So you'll be able to wax a fat quarter. You can learn how to do that, and then use it in a project. We'll be doing that up there, and a few other demos as well. Christy's going to be there. Great. Yeah, that's you. Oh, I think you're doing a demo too. I'm pretty sure you're doing a demo as well. So yeah, so I'll talk to you guys on Friday, and I hope everybody has a great night. Beautiful weather today too. I think our summer is definitely coming, and yeah, should be good. All right. Bye, everybody.